Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Coming on live. Gonna start as soon as some people gather in here. Very excited to take a little time today to talk about something mediumship. I was supposed to go out of town and I didn't go out of town, and I had nothing to do. And it was different for me because I always have a group on a Saturday where I have readings or I have different things that I have to do. And I sat here and I just started thinking, wow, um, how things were before I took this path and really truly jumped in. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. And how I felt, all day today. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? Um, when was the last time I even took time to have one whole day where I'm not doing a reading or doing something in reference to my soul's purpose? It's been a while, and I didn't know what to do with myself. It was the strangest feeling. Again, taking me back to who I was before is that feeling that I needed to do something, but hi Natalie, but I didn't know what that was, and I can't imagine living life that way again. I can't imagine getting up every day and feeling that there's something I need to do, but not knowing what it is. Like today was really weird. I had to fight with myself to not do a reading, and all day, no, like, you know what? I'm gonna do the live. I'm gonna do the live. I want to do the live at least. I want to talk. I want to discuss the subject. Something. I can't go through the day without doing something that makes my soul happy. And I appreciate this so very much. And for those of you guys that have found that in you, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be mediumship. Never let it go. Because again, hi Leanne. Because again, it is what makes you happy. I wanted to talk about many things. Anything that is in reference to being a medium now in 2018, and I'm pretty sure that all these things pertain to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever it is. But I was just focusing on my experiences, my students' experiences, what we're going through, or just other mediums that are my support system. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was the people that don't understand why we take this path due to religion. Hi, Jan. And, I was talking about one of my students, or she was mentioning the fact that, she has lost a friendship due to this. And as I sat here earlier today, I actually realized that most of the people that were in my past before I took this path are no longer there. And I could probably count on one hand how many people are still there for me. One. So that was pretty interesting. And as I thought about that, I thought about how I felt before when I had those people in my life and now. And I felt empty and I felt depleted before. I didn't feel what I feel today. And I didn't feel full. And today was an interesting day for me because again, I'm Mrs. ADD, so I'm like always busy, and so I wasn't busy, and it was hard for me not to again jump in and offer a reading or healing or something because it makes me so happy and excited. And I can't, and we can't, those developing mediums or healers or readers, we can't expect everyone to understand the way we see things and what we feel, because there's different religions that we should respect, and we should respect everybody else's thoughts and opinions. But what I'm going to say to you is that it shouldn't change who you are. It shouldn't change who you are. And I sat here today, and I'm not going to lie, I felt a little lonely. I was like looking at my phone, like, who can I contact to go to lunch with or dinner with? And for a second, I felt sad because there was no one from the past that I have had history with. There's very few. But then I feel so humbled and excited because I have all these wonderful souls around me all the time. Wonderful souls around me. My students, my colleagues, and my clients, they become my friends. And, I thought about that. Hi, Julia. Love you. And it made me very happy. I guess it's just that your life changes so much when you're following your purpose. and you're constantly listening to what it is that your soul wants, and not no longer listening to what the world says that you should be or how it should be. And so when you do that, you're so passionate and excited about it. You are consumed by it. And you don't realize, like, wow, when things happen and transitions happen in your life, you don't feel empty because it has changed you. And I can tell you, because I even went through a house fire in 2015 and I lost everything. And I'm not lying to you guys. I did not feel empty. There was a fullness in me. And that's what makes us rich. And do we want to have that richness inside of us, right? Or do we want to live for other people and for what other people think or feel or see in us? And again, it's not to be an asshole and it's not to call nobody out, but let's keep it real. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a religion. Everybody has a way that they look at life and a way that works for them. But if that's not your way, don't make it your way. Even in the mediumship world in 2018, for me, it's been a time of transition. I've grown a great deal as an instrument. Word of mouth here in Chicago, I do groups, I do readings, and, I'm busier than ever. I'm busier than ever online, and I'm very humbled about it. But at the same time, it comes with, I'm being looked at, okay? And I'm being looked at, and in the mediumship world, of course, there's different ways of reading. There's the U.S. way, there's the U.K. way, there is soul mediumship, there's mental mediumship, right? There's all these categories. Hi, Joshua. There's all these categories and all these ways of looking at things. But I think we need to be careful, okay, ladies and gentlemen? We need to be careful. You need to be who you are, because this is what I have. This is Lillian's philosophy and Lillian's opinion. I have taken classes. Each and every class has been brilliant. I have grown from each teacher. I have taken things that resonated with me. But one thing that I have always gotten back from the universe is stay in the here and now as you are. Take what resonates, and obviously what would make you a better medium for the spirit world. Not a better medium for let's say, people's opinions of you as a medium, but a better medium for the spirit world to be able to use you. A better medium because the spirit world feels confident in coming in with you. So is there something that I can change, that I can do to be better for them? And also, obviously, for the people that trust me, that are here on earth. But guys, don't do it because you see a medium, you take a class, it's brilliant and it's awesome, it's amazing, and you try to change too fast. Take what you want to change and implement it slowly, because you don't want to lose your authenticity, who you are as a medium. You want to keep yourself, because what works for one medium might not work for another. It might not work for another. And please don't criticize another medium because they read different, or or they have a different approach. Everybody has their own way of doing things, guys. Just be true to yourself. And and sometimes even being a sitter, guys. If I have sitters that are logged on here, you would have sat for a medium or a psychic or a reader. Maybe you sat with somebody that wasn't vibing with you, that you really didn't resonate with. Doesn't necessarily mean that medium or that psychic is a bad medium or psychic. It simply means that person was not the reader for you. So please, let's be gentle with each other. Let's be kind. Let's be nice. It's gonna happen. It happens, guys. It's not to say that I have always been, or I think anybody has always been 100% with every person that they've sat with for reading as a psychic or a medium. I think a year ago, I had someone that I just couldn't read. The person, called me and she was excited because I'd done a reading for her daughter, and everything that I said and everything that came through was a no, a no, a no. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? What was going on? And I think that was a wake-up call for me. Okay? That was a wake-up call for me. Oh, thank you, guys. Because I feel like at that point, guys, I realized something. And that's what I'm going to talk about, mainly. Is why the heck, as mediums, do we not sit with the spirit world? And do we not commune with them, to ask them, to practice with them, to give them a voice? We don't only have to have a person that we're reading to have them come in and use us as a medium. Because we can sit and we can ask one soul to come in and be with us and talk to us, and they will, because they do. And that's something that I've been doing myself, and I've been teaching with my students. So I'd say, that 50% of the time I have my students interacting together, but the other 50% right now, guess what we're doing? We're inviting the spirit world to be with us. We're inviting the spirit world to come in and talk to us. We're saying to them, okay, come on in. Have you ever used the medium before? Some have, some haven't. And guess what, guys? What a beautiful blessing is that? Because maybe, just maybe, and you'll hear me say this 20 million times and as much as I can, that soul might not ever get to tell their loved ones how they feel, because their loved ones might not seek a medium. They just might not. So now you've given them a voice. You've allowed them to come in and share a beautiful memory that maybe or emotional memory, or whatever their need is, and feel better. So why not? Why just connect with them when we need something from them because it's a reading? Why just connect with them for the healing of the sitter? If we sit with them as mediums and we say, come and talk to me one by one, or, I want grandmas to come in. I want to understand you guys better. I want grandfathers to come in. I want to understand you guys better. Come on in, come on in. They are more than willing to help you guys. They are always there. And you will be able to feel more comfortable and confident as a medium. And yes, it is kind of sort of like you'll get the feeling like you're making it up, because there is no validation from a sitter. There isn't. But this is where you understand the presence. Because if you are truly opening and you're allowing them to come in and you're raising up, they're coming down, you're meeting them in the middle, and you can feel their presence, then they're there, something's there. And when you're getting that information, it's coming in the way that their personality is going to bring it to you. And you're not making it up. And so, it's a brilliant, beautiful approach. This is going to be the way that I teach from here on. I've started this year doing this. I'm going to continue to. It is time with spirit, and it's absolutely beautiful and amazing. I think they've taught me more in this year than I've ever learned in the last 12, 13 years. I'm telling you that right now. And it's not to say, guys, that you shouldn't take classes. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I teach myself, right? But what I'm trying to say is really work with them to see how they could work with you as a medium. The souls choose you as a medium based on your frame of reference. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? What are your experiences, right? How can they come in and use you as a medium? They say, oh, look, I see the colors, because they don't see your physical body. They see the colors. Hi, Lori. Hi, Raylene. They see the colors. So when they see the colors, does those colors resonate? Now, when I say colors, guys, we're talking about the auric field. We are talking about the energetic body we have that is proven by science that exists. There's 7 layers in the auric field. There's 7 atmospheres, 7 names, or 7 different layers in the atmosphere that all connect. It all connects, guys. And it is amazing to be able to understand that and be confident about that and really expand and allow existence to be there without expectations. Don't go into the spirit world. I need this, 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 and this, and this. You don't do it. My philosophy is let them be who the heck they are. Let them come in. Let them bring their presence. The only really goal that you should have is that you're the presence, and that you're allowing the presence to touch the sitter, and for the sitter to feel that which they long for, and for you to trust and know that they're going to come in with what exactly needs to be heard by the sitter, because they shared life with them. You did not. They share light with them. And yes, there'll be more sitters that are, less of communicators, and some that are more communicators, and that's okay and understandable. And you as the medium, simply honor them regardless. Is there a soul there that you see that's there that's just standing to the side and not really saying much? Well, say that. I have a man here. He's bringing his presence to me. He's not someone that would have talked a great deal. Feels to be like a father to me. And I want to say that he had loss of hair in the middle, but so give that information. Yeah, it really truly is, Andy. The biggest hurdle is trust. It really is. But when we're connecting right with them and we learn from the beginning to feel their presence first. Slow down. You don't have to rush to it. Feel the presence. Bring your awareness to the solar plexus and feel the presence. Allow them to use your clairs. So give me one memory. Bring it to me so I could feel it. Bring it to me so I could hear it. Bring it to me so I could see it. Bring it to me so I know it. That's when all three are going, right? So that I know it. Let them work with us. Let them come in. If you want to connect with your loved one, all you really have to do is close your eyes and on the in-breath, invite them in. Obviously, you open up with light and love and you feel safe, silent, and secure. Where there's light, there cannot be dark. And you invite them in. Okay? And pay attention to the energy shift in your body. You'll feel it. You will feel it. You don't have to be a medium. You don't have to be a medium to connect that way. You can feel their presence because we all have intuition. We all have sensitivity. Those of us that do the work is because we've taken time in our lives to dedicate to strengthening that, to strengthening the tools that allow us, right, to do that work. So, mediumship in 2018, I feel like, and I've been developing and working for a total of like 13 years. And I could tell you that from when I started to this moment now, the atmosphere is different. The energy is different. The veil is different. The concept is the same. The foundation is the same. But how we're bringing forward is different. How we're bringing forward the presence, how the students are growing, how they're learning faster. And I haven't been around. I've only been in this for 13 years. And please, I'll say it. This is my philosophy. I am saying what I have experienced. And from then to now, so much has changed. And even me as a medium, I feel like this year has been a really big year for me for moments. I've always had them, but this year has been very significant in reference to really honoring the spirit, really loving them, really knowing them, really coming close to them. And I feel more emotional with them. Like I feel, hi, Bailey. I feel like there's just a respect with that, more of a stronger respect that I have for them, because I hear their stories outside of readings and I sit with them and they come in and give me advice sometimes, and it's beautiful and amazing. And it's not woo-woo, it's not evil, it's not in my, where's the trick? I've been waiting for me to fall on my face. I've been waiting for the trick, And I'll tell you what, guys, this is not an easy field to be in. It's very competitive, okay? It's just like a whole nother job. It's very political, and I'll tell you what, that's been a whole nother lesson that I've learned this year is, guys, if I could tell you one thing, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Okay, you get excited when you can connect with mediums that have been doing it for a long time because you have that respect and that honor. I always have that respect and that honor. And whatever I could do for the spirit world, I'm going to do for the spirit world. Whatever it is, I don't care, the personal opinions of anybody here on earth. My concern and my focus is the spirit world. Is this going to help the spirit world? Because if it is, I'm jumping in head first. What do you need from me? Let's go. Let's do this. But I realize that I have to have boundaries as well, because it's a very small world, just like any job, guys. And if someone assumes something, they can go back and tell someone that is very influential, and then that can get messy. And it's sad that you would think that way, because I don't know, in my mind, honestly, guys, I thought because it was a spiritual field to be in, that it would be different, that the politics weren't there. It's not true. Just like everything else. I think my question to that was, and it is very sad. It is very sad. But my question to that, guys, was, but aren't we psychic? Aren't we psychic though? If right? If there's something going on, I think us as healers and readers, we should have our own experience with people. We should not have the experience of someone else. You know, I think we should stop for a moment and we should feel. We should feel what it is that we feel for that person, what is our experience with that person, and not judge, you know, because in this type of field, guys, we are in our hearts. You know, you should be in your heart to do this. You should love to do this. I love it. This is my world. This is my world. You know what? Today I tried to not do something all day today. When my son was like, "Mom, just don't do anything. Just breathe. You're doing really good." He's checking in on me. He's like, "Mom, good job." And I'm like, "Aiden, I can't. I have to do something." And it's not that I have to. I want to. It's beautiful and amazing. And I don't want anybody to take that away from me, guys. You know, like, I don't want anybody, sorry, I gotta move over here, to take that away from me. And I don't want to be an ass with anybody either. You know, like, I just don't feel, I feel like I've left the work world, and sometimes, guys, you just have to be authentic with yourself and shed love upon things and send blessings. You know, I'm going to be a medium till I die. I'm not going anywhere. And I have never kissed anybody's ass to be where I'm at. Sorry, with all due respect. This is me. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to talk how I talk. If I've done things, I've done it because I want to help the spirit world, and I really genuinely do care about the spirit world, about healing souls. Like, I'm going to rise up, and I want you to rise up with me. Let's go, let's go. I give my students everything I've got, and I appreciate, and I want to always feel that way. I don't want to feel like I need to do this, or oh my God, I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, that's going to put me in a situation. No, there's one thing I'm going to do that I decided to do, which is stay in my lane. Okay, I've done this by myself. I haven't needed anybody's help. I haven't, not to say that I won't, but you know, the Lord knows what it is that I need and where I'm headed. And He's brought me this far, so I'm not going to question Him. And nor am I going to fall into a place where, oh wow, look at, you know, who that person is, and schmooze and forget who I am. I'm not going to do that, because we all came here to be beautiful, and I think we should all be beautiful with the beautiful that we are. I don't think we should forget that. And I think sometimes, because this is such a small world, it does slip through our mind a little bit. But you have to work your way back. Be the medium that you are. Don't worry about anything. Don't talk about other mediums. Don't offend other mediums. You know, leave it. If it doesn't resonate with you, push back. Just push back. That's what you're doing. That's what I decided to do. I'm going to push back. Continue to do what I'm doing. I've gotten this far, and I'm excited to see where I'm headed, in the light of God and the presence of God with His grace, and that's it. I don't need to be on TV. I don't need to be on platform with any particular medium. If I have done it, it's been a blessing. I love it. I'm excited. But man, I'm here for the spirit world. I'm excited to hug them all and be with them one day when I leave this world. And I don't need to feel that I need to be evil to other mediums, be spiteful, be vindictive, or, you know, be intimidated and do certain things. And I've seen it before my eyes, and it's sad. And I think that, you know, what I say to everybody that's here, please, if you're taking this path, be in your heart. Please don't come out of your heart. You know, if something's happening and it's discouraging you, pull back, go within, because maybe that means that you're looking outward too much, and you're not going to be filled that way. Not by any medium, not by anybody else. Be filled with yourself. Forget about what he wrote. You know, like it's saying, Chicago, forget what they wrote. You know, write your own story. Write your own comments. Make your own path. You know, I don't know what road I'm going. Hi, Tracy. How are you? You know, I don't know what road that I am going to be in. And I'm not a hater. If somebody's brilliant, I'll say, man, you are. I look at the beauty in everybody. Do I resonate with how every medium reads? No, because maybe I was trained differently, but it doesn't mean. Who gives a shit? If that medium is bringing forward spirit and they're healing the world, well, it doesn't matter if they read differently than I do. Who am I to say anything about them? So please don't be one of those mediums, and don't do that. Don't walk around with your nose up in the air, because the spirit world ain't gonna like to work with you. Let's keep it real. You want to walk around and you want to think that you know everything? Well, guess what? You're limiting yourself to the spirit world, because you don't know everything, because you're a human being just like everybody else. All right? And yes, experience allows you to grow. But at the end of the day, the spirit world is going to look at your heart. They're not, and to be confident, because they don't know. Whatever you're feeling is what they're feeling. Whatever you're thinking is what they're thinking. So if you want to be a good medium, be humble and be real. Keep it real. You know, don't be arrogant. Don't be selfish. Don't do it for the wrong motives, because you're not gonna grow. No matter how you try to grow, you're not going to grow, because it's not your teacher that's going to make you grow, and it's not any class that's going to make you grow. Because if the spirit world is feeling that they can't use you, then what's the point? I'm not saying that they wouldn't. There's always a soul that could come in. There's always a soul that's going to take an opportunity. But what I'm saying to you is, why not be open to every single soul? Why limit yourself because you're allowing yourself to put yourself in a box, and you're saying, well, this is the type of medium I am, and this is my title, and that's my title. Why do you need a title? Why can't you just be an instrument? Why can't you just be whatever it is that you need to be for whomever it is that you need to be for whenever you need to be? I'm just saying, I'm not perfect. And let me tell you, I got a bad temper. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. But I don't enjoy bashing other people, because, especially in this field, I have respect for the journey, because I know how hard it is. I know the sacrifices that I have made as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister. I know them. So I have gratitude for everybody that takes the step to be that instrument, to be that person, to love people enough to want to do this and love it. I love people even when I don't know them. Does the world let you love them? No, but you can try to love them. Everybody's wounded. Everybody's going through something. Everybody's been through one thing, at least in the world, that they're still trying to get through. It's just the way it is, mediums. Or even if I have people here that are just sitters, like I said, if you're sitting with a medium, and you don't feel that medium's for you, that's okay. It's all right. It doesn't mean you might not have the same result, but you know what? There'll be one that will fit for you. Exactly, Caroline. Let go of the ego. Let go of the ego. I'm going to lead by example. I tell my students to love each other. I tell my students to cheer each other on. I tell my students that we're all at the same level, even though everybody's at a different level. I tell my students, when your classmate goes up there, you support them, you hold the space, you lift them up, and they're amazing. Each and every one of my students, they love each other, they become a family, and then they lift up, and they lift another person up, and then that person's going to lift another person up, and they're going to lift another person up. And I don't sugarcoat. Luann doesn't sugarcoat. We say it like it is. We say it like it is. And at the end of the day, our students understand what they're headed for when they finish getting certified. Certification is not making you a medium. Let's talk about that too. There's opinions about that. Some people say, well, if you certify a medium, then, it's like, you're telling them, oh, you're better than other mediums. No, that doesn't mean that. You know what the heck that means? That student has worked 18 freaking weeks or 15 freaking weeks and taken time out of their life to step into the role of being a working medium. And hell yeah, I'm giving them a certificate. And hell yeah, they gotta meet requirements. But you know what? We ain't giving it to them because they're entitled to it. We're giving it to them because they love what they do, and they've earned it. It doesn't make them a medium. They would have had to be a medium before they got to us. They would have had. But you know what? If they're certified, that means they have integrity. That means that they have personal responsibility in mind. That means that they can connect for at least 30 to 50 minutes. That means that they understand spiritualism. That means that they understand spiritual hygiene. That means that they understand how to rise up and keep the frequency up. They've had to work hard. Hard. Because they chose to. I didn't do it. Luann didn't do it. They did it. So hell yeah, I'm going to give them a paper. So let's get that right. So you don't need to have a paper to be a medium. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying, here you go. You kicked ass. Now go out there and shine. And rise up and bring somebody up. And rise up again and bring somebody else up. Because it's we, not I. And that's it. That's how this should work. It's we, not I. And it is hard work, Andy. It is very hard work. It is very hard. I wake up thinking about this. I go to sleep thinking about this. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I really, 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 really do have appreciation for who I am. And I'm the same like everybody else. When I teach, I'm right there with my students. I'm right there with them. I cry with them. This is a rant. It's a little bit of a rant right now. I'm doing a little bit of a rant. I rant, I say it like it is to my students. They tell me how it is, and then they'll teach their students to be that way. I'm a human being. I bleed like you. I cry like you. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm all those things, just like a regular human being. You think I'm gonna walk around being snooty because I can connect with the spirit world? That's bullshit. If I did that, that's sad as hell. For me to sit here and act like I'm some big shot person that's different or at a higher level than anybody, when I'm just the same. I lay my head down to rest the way you do. I eat like you do. I PMS like the way I do. Everything that you do, I do. So, stay humble, guys. For real, for real. Stay humble. Stay humble, because you're only gonna take who you are when you leave this world. You're not going to take your body. You're not going to take your money. You're not going to take your ugliness. You're going to take the memories you're going to have some of the memories of your ugliness, and then you're going to have to go through life review and say, oh, wow, that wasn't too nice. So do the best you can to not take ugliness with you. Be beautiful. Be the beautiful that you came here to be. In 2018, we're rising up. Mediums are up and coming more than they ever have. And it's a small world. So, who did you study under? Who did you study under? I studied under the spirit world. That's who I studied under. I studied under my soul. How about you try the same thing? Go to your soul. What is your soul telling you? What are your guides telling you? Go within first before you go outside. And that's the thing. We're human beings. I get it. I'm not talking shit about nobody. I'm just keeping it real, saying the truth. In a regular job, we want to impress the boss. Ooh, we want to impress the boss, We want to learn from the best because we want to rise up. I get it. But with this type of field, your soul has to rise up. And if you're too in your mind and you're attaching yourself to outcomes, you're still too involved to let your soul be present first. And that might not be a good idea. If you're worried about studying with the best teachers and traveling to wherever it is and spending tons of money in 1 year to see what everybody else is doing, you're going to neglect your soul. And if you find a teacher that's good for you, then stick with that teacher. Stick with that teacher until you feel that teacher has served the purpose for you. And then put their teachings into work. And then if you feel that you want to seek another teacher, seek another teacher. But we have to understand that when we're developing with spirituality with this type of field, it's not like a regular job, guys. It's not. Your soul is going to give you so much more than anything else that you could ever imagine. It's just the truth. It really is. See, hard enough when your own family won't support your own mediumship journey, but I still love them. And that's another thing. Thank you, Andy. That's brilliant. I'm glad you brought that up. It's sad when I see my students go through what I went through in the beginning. My husband did not want me to do this. My husband was very afraid. He said, you're going to go to hell, Lillian. You're a good person, but you're making the wrong choice. You're going to go to hell. This is not good. This is not something that you should do. And I was like, man, I couldn't think about not having this in my life. I felt broken. I felt like I was going to die. I felt empty. I can't. And if you can't support this, then we can't be together. Because I don't want to feel empty anymore. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel like I'm seeking something that I already found. Please just trust me. Trust me, So I know what you're going through. And it's sad when you see that the parents disown the students or people, unfriend them on Facebook. And they go through all of that. Hi, Lou, love you. I love you, Lulu, my colleague and my best friend, Luann Beecher. I love her, love her, love her. We teach a class together, and I am so blessed. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Carolyn. I did 32-week course and got my certificate. It was worth it, and I did a ton of internal work on myself. I'm telling you, Andy, you're a brilliant guy. Nice to meet you. Thank you for participating today. I truly appreciate input, guys. Talk, conversate here. This is what this is about. This is our rant, okay? This is our rant. We can say whatever we want about mediumship. We can vent, and it does take work. And again, like I said, the certificate didn't make you a medium. Hello, it's 2018. Okay, I'm gonna be the medium that I am. You guys be the medium that you are. Fuck the bullshit. Sorry, I hope no children are listening. Don't take your authentic self away because you are worrying about what is being done in the mediumship world and how what should be done or how it should be done. Don't do that to yourself. So, if I could say, the biggest thing today is know that you guys are right where you need to be. Be authentic, love yourselves, and never change. It's not an easy road. Your family might abandon you, they might push away. People might talk shit about you. Friends, mediums. Soon as you start developing together, everything is okay. But once one starts kind of going a little faster than the other, they might not like that. It might, there might be a little conflict. Shed love upon it, sprinkle love on it, like Luann says, sprinkle love on it, and keep it moving. Because, it's some soulful shit. It's some soulful shit. It really is true. So guys, stay in your lane. Don't worry about other people. If it feels right to you, then it's right. And if you have a question about it, go to the spirit world, because they're always going to be there for you guys. They're always going to be there for you guys. I love you guys very much. I thank everybody for coming on and joining me in this rant. I have videos on YouTube if you'd like to check those out. I'm going to be giving away one free reading a week. And I posted what you need to do if you want to enter the raffle for that. Any students that are here, keep on keeping on. I love you guys. You're brave to take this field and be in this field. It's not easy. It takes a lot from us. And it takes the love of us. And we wouldn't have it any other way. We really wouldn't have it any other way. I really am blessed to have all of you guys here today. Be blessed, be beautiful, be wonderful. Sometimes I do lives. I come on, I do readings, guys, for free. If you're interested in sitting for my students, message me and ask me to add you to the student classroom, practice classroom. They offer readings there as practice for free. If you are willing to have an open heart, open mind, and take care of my students, because if you're going to be an ass, don't join. I'm being a dork. But it's true. They're developing, they're learning, and they're taking their time. Same thing for you. I tell them to take care of anybody that's sitting for them as well. So it goes both ways. But again, guys, keep your head up. Keep moving. I'll go through the comments and I'll answer every question as I can afterwards. Many blessings. Again, my name is Lillian Suarez. Be exactly who you came here to be. And if you have a rant, get on Facebook and say what you have to say. I respect all mediums. I respect the spirit world. But I respect myself the most. And that will never change. Bye for now, guys.